digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain and through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
I'm here. Yeah, I was just setting things up in the background. Big up to you. Big up to everyone that is watching. Big up. Thank you, Sava. I've just seen you've sent over a load of people from your channel. Big up to you, Sava. I like Sava. Got great time for Sava. Really nice bloke and a great channel as well. But big up to all of you that have come over. Now, this is more of a not a breaking news, but more of an update show on the news that I've got given. And what do we think about it? And what a shit show our football club is at the moment. We can't even make a decision on sacking a manager, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it shows that if Vinay is calling the shots, then Vinay is going through the form. He backed Arteta, and he think he's doing the same rule book here, that Thomas Frank is the man. Thomas Frank is not the man. Thomas Frank needs to go. Whoever that man is, I do not know. But we need a change of manager. Now, the only reason I think he might be kept to the Dortmund game, which is going across the bottom of your screen, is because of the tight turnaround from the game between now and, of course, tomorrow. Then he'll have to do the press conference. Tuesday is all, and then the game's on Tuesday. So I think there's a very tight turnaround of getting the manager out, getting the interim in, and then doing it that way. I think what they're going to do is they're going to wait till after Dortmund, and then when we lose that, that's when they're going to sack him. But let me introduce you a few people into the chat. Big up to Adam McFarland as well. He says, got to make a decision because we're going to lose the next two anyway. Would cost so much to sack him, 32 million. I don't know if that's true. I'm still waiting to get an update on that one. Big up to Jared, says no more rinse and repeat. Tommy's here to stay, lump it or like it. It's a Gerard, he ain't staying. Sorry, I know how much you want Frank to work. He ain't staying. Big up to Juicy, laugh my ass off. 544. What's up, Sava Raid? Big up to you, Juicy. Hope you're doing well. Big up to Samuel as well. It says McCoy Sava Raid. Yeah, big up to Samuel. Gifted the membership by the channel. So I hope you use that, bud. Big up to Rick Harris as well. Sava Raid. Big up to you, Rick. Big up to Steve. Sava Raid. Big up to Louis Chill Music. Haven't seen you in a while, bud. He says, hey guys, hey Lou. How you doing, buddy? We've got Wayne Bonner. I offer Alonso to 2.5 year. I'll offer Alonso 2.5 year contract, full control of transfers, and a clause in case Liverpool come knocking, so the club can become concentrated. Fair enough. Well done, Wayne. Put you in charge, bud. Put you in charge. Frank has been sacked. Frank been sacked, guys. Not yet, Juicy. As far as I know, it's running across the bottom of the screen, but I will read it to you. Big up to Nico as well, Savaray. Big up to Bopper 773-7703. Big up to Savaray. Big up to you. Big up to Lou. I can't believe that Frank is going to get the Dortmund match. Neither can I. Big up to the 2 Mark show. Evening, chaps. Evening to 2 Marks. Hope you're doing well, buds. We need to get you on, guys. So send over an email, your number. I can get hold of you, and then we'll get you on. Big up to Juicy. Says, wow, intro. Love it. Thank you so much indeed. Very kind. That is from Column, the person O'Connell Designs, and I will give him a big plug in the later on the show. Big up to Kate and Jimbo. Big up to you, Dermot. Big up to you, Kate and Jimbo, the greatest couple in the Spurs community, the Posh and Becks of the Spurs community, as I like to call them. Big up to Anthony Leach. Greetings, Dermo. Big to Anthony. Big up to a man like a dance. So big up to you. Big up to Brommy Hotspur Savaray. Big up to you, Brommy. Great to see you in the chat, bud. Who else we've got coming in? We've got Ziggy. Well, hang on. Let me get Ziggy's chat up. Ziggy. Big up to you. Ziggy says, hello. Sava sent me. He's still franking and says we should give him time. What are your thoughts? Sack the man immediately. Sack him at this very moment. I don't care who we get in, but anyone bar this fraud that is running our football, managing our football club. But I understand where Sava's coming from. I understand what he's saying. And I think he does make very valid points. But if you look at the way, we should not be losing to West Ham the way we did. We should not have dropped points at Wolves. We should not have dropped points. We should not have lost to Bournemouth either. And yes, you can blame Thomas Frank, but I think the biggest people to blame here is the players. The players have not shown any responsibility for the shit show they've been bringing up either. And I feel the players have to take responsibility. I think the owners have to take responsibility. And hang on, just let me show. I'm just getting my co-host to come up. And then yeah, and I think then it's a case of everyone should take responsibility, if I'm being honest. And I don't know what you think, guys. I'd love to know what you guys think. It's all about opinions, isn't it? It's all about people's different opinions, and that's what makes football go round, doesn't it? Opinions. Just give us 2 minutes. I'm just sending a link to my co-host so he can sprinkle a little bit of sanity onto this show, because I'm going to feel delusional mad. Okay. Right. So that's been sent. Big up 269 of you in the house. Big up to everyone. Well, big up to you, Ziggy. 2 Mark says Vinay is in the catch-22. Keep the manager he picked and listen to 222,000 Spurs fans chanting Frank out. I've been listening to the Spurs fans. Jesus says Sava isn't Frankins. LOL, don't lie. Okay, I know. Look, Sava makes some very good points on keeping Frank and getting rid of Frank, and I like Frank's points as well. He said the fans in the stadium have made themselves clear with regards to Frank, especially yesterday. Frank is on borrowed time. Sack him. Exactly. Big up to Eddie. Big up to Eddie. They won't sack him if results go against us Tuesday this game. Yep, that is so true. We've got Mr. Simon. It's only worth sacking Frank if we've got a plan after he's gone. And that is the main thing, isn't it? Got a plan. We don't have a plan. We're a shit show of a football club. Big up to Ross Werner. Evening, Tom. I hope things are well. Big up to you, Ross. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I'm doing all right. Hungry. Want my dinner. So I'm doing this, going to do a quick show, and then we'll do more on it tomorrow. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a bit of a late night update. I wasn't going to do anything, but I just thought, you guys deserve to know. So big up to you, Ross. Big up to Vindaloo. Oh, how are you feeling about drawing against Nottingham Forest? Are you feeling a bit nervy? Breaks my heart how crap you lot are, Dermo. Is anything I could do? Yeah, don't win the league. Do not win the league. Do not make Rain come out of his. Do not make Rain turn into the Incredible Hulk and turn out and go down to the Emirates Stadium and smash it to bits when it goes Rain smash. You do not want to make Rain angry. Evening.
Evening.
Evening. I thought you might find that funny. Big up to Vindaloo. Big up to Stefan as well, Sever Raid. Big up to you, Stefan. Great to see you. Big up to Carl. Do you know Carl is part of our community here, Rain, and he's always full of knowledge. He's always full of sensible talk. I think he's lost the plot. Actually, I think he needs help, Carl. I think he really does. Big up to Kate and Jimbo. Hi, Derm. Hope you're well, mate. Oh, it's Jim. This is Jim. Hope you're Kate and I are watching on the big telly and Sava Raid. Frank out, please. Big up to you guys. And thanks again to Sava. Absolutely top bloke. Got a great time for Sava. Big up to Rick Harris. He says it's getting painful at this stage, Dermot. I have never been so disconnected from my club as I am. Now, look, it's getting harder and harder to do watch-alongs, if I'm being truthful. And I'm totally disconnected from my football club. I'm only doing content because I want my channel to grow. Do you know, I love doing content with love because Tottenham are playing. I'm loving just doing content because they give me so much entertainment. What do you reckon, Rain? Where are you on it, bud? Are you the same as me?
I mean, you're saying it's getting hard to do watch-alongs.
Yeah.
Go to the game. So I'm going. Thank you very much, Popper. I didn't realise that it's being multi-streamed on mobile versions as well.
Oh, is it?
I've moved.
Okay.
It's doing that quite a little bit, don't it?
Yeah, it's StreamYard. I need to change it. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Are people liking it? I'll keep it going if people enjoying it. So let me know, guys.
I don't really have a problem going to watch it. Yeah, it is difficult, but I'm like look, my footballing education, my football watching education, is relatively unique these days. I wasn't originally a Spurs fan. When I was growing up until I was about 9 or 10, I really didn't watch much football at all. I just wanted to play. And I used to go to non-league football every weekend. So I used to go to my local non-league club every weekend, either pay my quid or sneak behind the turnstiles if I could sneak behind the turnstiles, and we would just play football out the back. There was a huge grassy mound at the rear terrace, and we would just go and play football there. And when you're a fan of a non-league club, you get used to promotion, relegation. You get used to the ups and downs of life. You get used to talking. I got used to talking to people around me, about what was going on the football pitch, and that's what I really loved. I remember one memorable game. Actually, I say memorable game. I can't remember who we were playing.
It wasn't that memorable then.
No. We could barely see the pitch. I could probably see about 10 yards in front of me. It was absolutely freezing. It was foggy. Heaven knows how the players, played that. There was 38 people. Usually this non-league club would get around somewhere between 500 and 1,000.
Yeah.
There was 38 people. I knew them all by name at this game. So I'm quite. Obviously, I want my club to be far more successful, but I'm a little bit more philosophical about it and a little bit more analytical about it than I guess a lot of people. So I love going to the game.
Yeah.
Yesterday, my new thing at the sorry for going. I'm going off on one. My new thing is sat to my left. So sat to my right is a guy who has been going for like 40 years, and he goes home and away. Sat to my left, I used to have two older guys, like in their late 70s, who'd been going for a while, and unfortunately, last season decided it was going to be their last season with a season ticket,
Yeah.
and despite the fabled season ticket waiting list, these have not gone to a new season ticket holders. They're now on
Right.
they're now on regular general sale. Yeah, because I've never there's always new different people. And yesterday I had a father and son, um, and I'm loving this. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely loving this. I'm loving this because I get to talk. I get to talk to new people
So
every single match. And there was a father and son. The son was about 14. The
yeah.
dad, he was a cracking bloke. He had money on 2-1 win for Spurs, obviously.
Yeah.
2-1 win with a Gallagher goal and a Romero goal. So when Romero scored,
Yeah.
he was like, and
Yeah.
then every time Gallagher got the ball, we were all shouting "shoot." It was really good. It was good fun, and obviously yeah. And in front of us, there was some guys and girls actually. There was a group of guys and girls who my mate had a word with. My mate sitting next to me. I'm pointing
Mm.
this way. Had a word with, because they were when West Ham scored, they started recording the West Ham fans,
Yeah.
which is usually an indicator that they're West Ham fans, right? We've had a few. I actually had Chelsea fans sitting next to me when we played Chelsea, and I got them kicked
Oh,
out.
Jesus.
Um, and it turned out that they weren't West Ham fans; they were all Italians. There was about 7 of them. About five lads, 2 girls, two
Mm.
ladies. And so we were having a really good really good natter with them. Their English
Yeah.
wasn't great, and they were just enjoying the atmosphere. So, am I enjoying the football? No. Am I still enjoying going to the football? Yeah.
So basically, you're just going up there to meet people. You're not going to watch the football. You're going to meet up with people. Fair enough. Bit like a social club or a nightclub. A very cheap night, a very expensive nightclub. Look, I want to give people the latest news. Spurs Syndrome says, Evening Rain, pleasure sharing the panel with you on the 2 Mark show. So big up to you, Spurs Syndrome. Hope you're doing well. And then we've got Kem here. He says, Arthur Busby by 4-1-A-2 couldn't even beat us. Yeah. Yes, I have made it successfully from the West Ham show, by the way. I've become unscathed. I got a lot of sympathy over there, Rain. I got a lot of sympathy. A lot of West Ham fans are sharing in our pain.
That's almost worse, isn't it? That's what I was.
I
What I
know.
was saying.
I
What I
feel
was saying.
dirty.
What I was saying in one of my WhatsApp groups. It's like because one of my mates, his neighbours put up 2 West Ham shirts and
Yeah.
a Tottenham shirt,
Yeah.
2-1, right? And in their window,
Mm.
and we all had a bit of a laugh. And I said, "It's when the banter stops and the pity starts that you need to
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
moving on."
I'm worried. But look, let's crack on. This is a sort of a roundup show for today. I wasn't going to do one, but I did get this bit of news, and I thought it was fair to bring it to the people on the channel. Send Spurs fans sort of to bed with nightmares instead of happy memories. Now, the latest I was given, he's been given time. And when I read that first bit, Rain, I thought, here we go again. This is Vinay. It's going to be back to the window and all this. No, it's not that. He's been given time. People have read into that he is safe. He is not safe. Dortmund is a big game. If you lose and drop into the Champions League, it may be game over. I was saying at the start, Rain, that do you think because there's too much of a time around between West Ham and Dortmund, that's why a decision hasn't been made? And that's why he may get the Dortmund game, because there is a bigger turnaround between Dortmund on Tuesday and Burnley on Saturday.
Well, I mean, I think if that's the criteria, then he's got no chance whatsoever. That's not giving him a chance because Dortmund are flying high in the Bundesliga. I
Yeah,
think they're second or third. I can't remember. Um, and we've got no players. So,
yeah.
so-
Apparently, it saves Spurs a few quid if they lose to Dortmund. Apparently, so Carl's been sarcastic as always. Is Ian it and the crappy board that look? I've got a problem with the board, Rain. I think we are such a comedy show at the moment that we can even. You've been saying this quite consistently that the board are rudderless, the club's rudderless. Nobody in the board wants to make a decision. You've got Vinay and Johan Lang wanting to stick by their man. You've got half the Enid board that want them out. Everyone's not agreeing. Surely, Rain, as a proper bona fide football club that is supposed to be a Premier League club, we should be able to make a decision on a manager. Why do you think? Do you think it's down to money? Do you think it's down to his payout? Or do you think, really, as you said, that the board are gutless and that they're scared to make a decision?
well, I mean, let's remember. I've got the exact figure. Oh, actually, I don't know. I won't get the exact figure. Between sacking Poch, including Poch,
Mm.
and to now,
Mm.
we've spent about 55 million on sacking managers, not
That's
hiring, not
so,
the hiring cost, not the cost of actually paying them to do the job,
mm,
just sacking them. So what? That's 6
yeah,
years. So it's about 10 million quid a year
mm,
that now is probably in our financial budget. And
yeah,
if I was in, if I was part of that finance team, I'd be like, right, well, we need to put a provision for 10 million quid for sacking the manager. And if somebody
yeah,
challenged it, I'd be like, well, we've spent 60 in the last 6 years, so
mm,
why wouldn't we put a 10 million provision?
yeah, yeah.
Um, it's absolutely bonkers how much money we spent, but I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that they don't know what they'd do next.
Yeah.
You'd sack him and then do what? It's not going to get. It's not going to get. Well, I don't know. Is it going to get any better anytime soon
I
without?
don't th- I don't think it is, Rain. I do not think it is. I just don't understand where we're going with this. I really don't understand where we're going with this because I feel the club is so badly run at the moment. I think the Lewis family don't want to make a decision. I think it's all led to confusion. It's all led to infighting. I think my own personal opinion. This is not anything Tommy's told me. This is my own personal opinion. I think they're more interested in devaluing um Daniel Levy's Enix shares. So when they do sell the club, he doesn't get a big payout. And I think the club is paying a bigger price for that. And I also think as well, they're trying to find a replacement. Who's going to want to come to us mid-season? I mean, we're in the second half of the season. Who's going to want to come to us? We know Glasner's leaving at the end of the season, so we're going to have to pay money if we wanted Glasner, say, for example, to come straight away, pay money to Crystal Palace. We know Poch is going to wait to the summer. So the Spurs board said, do we stick or do we twist? Do we wait to the summer for Poch and keep Frank in? Well, we know Tottenham fans ain't going to stick with this football any longer. We know we can't keep going down. We're going to be knocked out the Champions League very quickly. With no doubt, we're not going to win that. I think if we change manager now, I think we've got a slim chance of reaching the Conference League at a push. Because if teams above us, say teams above us win a cup, then that goes down the league. And if we get the fifth place in the Champions League, and then that's top 5 in the Champions League, 6 and 7 goes into the Europa League, then 8 goes into the Conference League. So if we can really with a new manager, put a push on, and other teams, say a team in the top 8 win a trophy, that drops down to 9th. You could be in 10th place and get to Europe if things work out right. So I don't think the board have the colonies to make a decision, and I think it's damaging our season. I think it's damaging the brand of Tottenham Hotspur, and I think it's just showing how woeful this board are in a car. And they're not the new ENIC. They're the same old corrupt, decrepit, useless owners they've always been for 25 years. And nothing's ever going to change while they're in charge of our club. Nothing. The sooner they leave, the better. And I agree with Simon Jordan. I think you agree with me as well, Rain. The club is up for sale.
Yeah.
But not in all but in name. And then to tap it all off, you see the fan yesterday saying to Viv Lewis, sell the football club. Sell the football club. You got Steve Pearman there asking, do you want a selfie? And the fan goes, no, I don't want a selfie. I want them to sell our football club or invest. So I think, Rain, we're very in a precarious position at the moment. We're at the crossroads. Whichever way we go down, it's going to dominate how Tottenham are going to be for the next decade, in my opinion.
So,
sorry for ramping. Sorry
That's
for
all right.
ramping. So
I'm going to say something that lots of people aren't going to like.
prepare yourself, everybody. Sit down.
Friend of the show,
Yeah,
Ryan Tristane,
I've been talking to Ryan. He's in mourning.
is a very, very smart man. And
I agree.
unfortunately, we don't have smart men running the club.
No, I
Because what
agree.
they should have done at the very start of this season, when they effectively sacked Levy, right? They
Mhm,
should have come right out and said, there's lots of problems at the club that we are going to have to sort out. Fans, please stay with us. This is going to be a really hard season. We know that we need to revamp the playing squad. There's a lot of change that needs to happen in the back room to bring the sort of the back office
mhm,
up to scratch. And now that we've got a new manager in Thomas Frank, we want to embed him this season into the Tottenham way and to get the players playing for him. And they should have given themselves time. They
mhm,
didn't do that. Unfortunately, the the fans, we are demanding fans, right? And that's why they should have done something like
mhm,
that. Give themselves time to sort out a lot of the things that I think they are sorting out. That this is the way I put it, Dermot. They're sorting everything out at corporate pace, right? So my notice period has changed, is varied roughly with somewhere between 3 months and 6 months. Yeah,
Yeah.
in my corporate jobs, and the higher up you go, the longer the notice period. So when they bring in a new guy, it's not like sacking a manager and hiring a manager. If you're, this Rafi guy, he was on like we announced him like a couple of months ago, right? And he's still on
Yeah.
gardening leave at Man City. He hasn't joined us. He's still on. He's still working through his notice period. So they're
Mm.
working at corporate pace. But unfortunately, football doesn't respect corporate
No, it
pace.
doesn't.
Corporate football is minute by minute. Football is day by day, and so they weren't smart in giving themselves time to do what I think they are doing. What Binay said in the press release yesterday that went into the into the program, which I've got here. I've got my program here. My program here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a real keeper. West Ham.
It is. It is. I would frame that. I will put that in the frame. And just put underneath. Yeah, and just put underneath it, Rain. Best game ever.
Best game. That should have been communicated to fans months and months and months ago. The biggest problem that we've had has been a complete lack of communication with the fans. And the person who's had to do that communication is Frank, and he's done it badly. He's alienated the fans. He's completely lost at least 50% of them, including the away fans. And now he's on a hiding to nothing. He's absolutely right, and Romero was absolutely right that there should have been more from the board, and less onus put on Frank to front up, because he had too much on his shoulders, to be honest. And I'd hate for the next guy, the next manager, the next coach to be in the same position.
Yeah, and I think he will be, Rain. I don't think nothing changes until the board go. Until the board go, nothing's ever going to change. Look, on Romero, right? On the Romero thing, I do feel Romero should not have buckled and then went on and deleted the thing. I would have more respect for him. He said to the board, no, I'm going to keep that in there. I am now saying to the fans, this is how I feel. And then I feel he just buckled down. So that's one thing. I've lost respect for Romero for that already, because he should not have buckled down. Where I do agree with you is the club's communication has been dreadful. We're sort of left in this vacuum of that I'm lucky. I have people that we have people on this channel that we use who are 9 times out of 10, 100% spot on. So I'm in a very privileged position. We are in a privileged position to give you the news when we get it. I have got another bit of news. I'm sure it's okay to use it. So I'm going to say it. I'm going to run with it. And if you don't see me tomorrow, you know what's happened. My sources come after me, and I'm in the back of a car somewhere, being taken to the North Pole to go and join the nuke army of Greenland. That's why I may be broadcasting next. Right. European football, European defeat would likely accelerate a decision rather than cause it. Meaning if Spurs lose to Dortmund, a second becomes much more realistic outcome than before the game. Dortmund, if a change isn't made before the game, is potentially Frank's last stand. I do you know, for me, I just feel this is kicking the can down the road, Ray. And what's going to be interesting is, are the fans going to turn up on Tuesday? Will we see empty seats? And if we see empty seats, would that be then a message to the board of, right, a change has to be made because these...
Okay, question for chat. Everybody in chat, right? Everybody in chat, give us a number that you think will be the attendance figure for Tuesday night. Everybody in chat, give us an attendance figure for Tuesday night. So,
I'm going for 30,000.
What? Whoa, that's bold.
And have change for Tottenham outside. Get Billy down there.
Did you say 30,000?
Yeah.
Do you want a sportsman's bet on like who's closest?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, 31. Okay, 31,000.
Okay, he was ever higher.
I reckon. No, seriously, I reckon it'll be around 41,000.
I do, you know what? Being serious as well, I think. Look, it'd be good for change for Tottenham to get down there. They get a load of new members. Billy and the gang down there. Might
Yeah,
be worth
an evening game's a lot harder for
it.
that kind of thing.
I know.
And
Let's see what people
obviously,
are saying.
if I just 1 minute, if I just because I haven't.
That sounded weird.
Because I haven't. That was my, and they won't be able to see it on my. So you know, wait a minute. Let's have a. Yeah, there we go. So you know
It's
that was
upside
me.
down, by the way.
That was me. It's upside down. No, it isn't upside
Yeah.
down.
It is upside down.
You mean the wrong way round?
Yeah, the wrong way around. It's upside
Okay,
down.
there we go. It's because the camera does weird
Yeah.
things with the.
There we go.
I was there because I hadn't been on the channel since. I was there. I've kept up my 100% attendance
Good man.
at the protest. Thank you very much.
Good man.
An evening game is very difficult for protests because it's cold, it's dark.
Yeah.
You know, it's much easier and much better when it's warm and it's light, and you know, and people can go and have a drink beforehand. Going and having a drink beforehand and going and have a chat with these guys was great. Yeah.
Big up to Tequila. Hope you're doing well. But he says Ange deserved to be fired. No argument there, bud. Yeah, he did. But Frank is heading that way. He did, and he also said as well. Where did he put it? He also put another one in as well. Where
It was
is
a
it?
little
It
bit.
says,
It was a bit further up.
Spurs are terrible. We burnt it down. Not yet. Rain hasn't got enough of the 5th of November. What was his name?
Sorry.
The fella fireworks night.
Oh my God, Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes. Yeah, he hasn't got in touch with him yet. He's still haggling over a price. We don't know how much we can. He's asking for big money, Tequila. I wonder, would you do it for free?
I've seen quite a lot of memes that Tequila would be quite happy with. You know the meme of the little girl who's like smiling and the house is just burnt on fire behind her.
Yeah.
I've seen that in from a few people.
Yeah.
Over Tequila, and I did see it, Tequila, and I thought of you, mate. I did see those, and I thought, Tequila would appreciate.
I've got to send you an AI image sent to me of somebody burning down the stadium, but we'll send you that. Big up to Carl. He says 41,000. David's gone 42,000. Wayne's gone 38,000. Gerald's gone for 45,000. Carl's gone for minus 20k. Fair enough. That means nobody's at the stadium and it's only Frank on his own.
Yeah, it just means everybody stayed in the bar.
Yeah.
It just means everybody just stayed in the pub.
We've got Serbia's gone for Dortmund 40,000. It's going to be full of Dortmund fans. Big up to Del Boy, how's Rodney and Uncle Albert? 45,000. We've got 39k.
Yeah.
We've got Hedgley 37,000, and Kate and Jim's gone for 5, and that's Frank's family. Yeah, that's true. We've got Icy saying 39,000 minus 39,000 minus 20 million. That means he's out. Big up the Scott MBs. 43k. Kate and Jimbo 41,000. Carl's gone for 64,000 as they've got the wrong night for the Beyonce gig. What else? And also we do have a Jerome, a €10 super chat. Big up to you. Big up to Jerome. Rain, you have been to the game, right?
Yeah.
What was the atmosphere? Was the atmosphere more toxic than the last game of Nuno against United? If it was, then why is he still head coach?
No, I don't think it was. I think that there was a lot of positive singing. And we were really going for it second half. We just got such a lack of quality. We got we can attack as much as we want, but you still need somebody to put the ball in the back of the net, and we just don't have anybody who's capable of doing that. And I'll put my hands up, right? I was awful at it. It was just something that I was never very good at, putting the ball in the back of the net. Midfield general, centre back, I could do that just fine. But for some reason, put me in front of goal, and I give me a 40-yard pass to do, and I could put it on a 6-foot, but put it in the back of the net, and I may as well have had 15 left feet. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna do anything. Obviously, when they scored, Jerome, it it emptied. It got, and obviously there was at least 5,000. Pick your number. There's 17,000 in the south stand, and there was at least 5,000 people booing. There was definitely people singing, Spurs fans singing, "You're getting sacked in the morning." The tide has turned. It is absolutely, unless there's a massive change, unless there's a dramatic change in performance, quality, and ultimately results. There's just no. It's just a matter of time, Dermot.
Yeah, it
It,
is.
when, not if.
Do you feel it's a bit like last season with Ange? It's when, but if. Or do you think it's different this year?
I think it's different this year. I think it's
Yeah,
absolutely different.
yeah.
Frank's got no credit in the bank with any Spurs
No.
fan.
Do,
None.
do, uh, do you feel also with Ange that we did have the Europa League, didn't we? We were going well in that. That was sort of a glimmer of hope for us. I just think this is so big up to Jerome for the super chat as well, but I really hope you're well, guy. Thank you so much. I just feel like this club is such in disarray. Nobody knows. And I just feel Daniel Levy, loathe him, like him, hate him, think he done well. I think we're missing. I don't believe I'm going to say this, but if Daniel Levy was here, I think Frank would have been sacked already, and I think we would have moved on. I just feel the board, the Vinay, and Simon Jordan said this as well. You've got a second in command running Tottenham, and you have a second in command doing the transfer market, where Daniel Levy was number one, and then Paratici was number one in the transfers. I just feel that we've got two number twos doing the main jobs at Tottenham, and it ain't working. It isn't working. I just want to bring this up from Tequila. He says, stop giving them money, only way to make them learn. Look, Tequila, I would agree with you. Look, I live in Ireland, so I pay my membership for one game a year, and I pay my subscription to the Kildare Spurs group. I get it. I don't buy my Tottenham merchandise from Tottenham. I buy it off a third-party website. I buy I look, I will go into the club shop, and maybe I'm a hypocrite then for doing that. But I feel it's my one game a year that I think I hope that's okay that I buy my one game stuff that I go over one game a year. I think if you go to every game, and I know people buy season tickets, I get that. People can't get rid of their season tickets because you never get them back again. So people are put into a 50-50 situation. What do I do? What I don't do? Um, I get it, and I think you're right in saying that. Is Tequila right for saying that? I think he is. If you want the board out, then you don't buy anything at the Tottenham. But it's very hard, isn't it, when you support the club and especially for me, like living in Ireland, that I get one game a year. I think I think I feel a bit of a hypocrite by being in it out, but paying the club a price ticket to go and watch them play.
No.
I think he's right in
Nobody.
what he
I don't agree with you, Dermot. I think no Spurs fan should feel bad about buying a ticket to go and watch Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. That's if we're not allowed to go and watch Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, then just shut the whole thing down, right? Because it's our club, not their club.
No, it is our
And yes, I agree with Tequila, and I don't agree with Tequila. I do think that here in the pocket, it would get their notice. I think probably the biggest thing that makes a difference, and I think it was the thing that used to make the biggest difference to Daniel Levy, is toxicity in the stadium. So you're getting sacked in the morning at the weekend. I think that has a much bigger impact on their decision making for example, than nobody buying a pint of beer. It is my
No,
personal opinion. But do you know
yeah,
what? Who it could be? Do you know what? Just do both. Just do
yeah.
both.
I don't know. I admire Tequila. He says here, "In it, don't get a penny off me," and I admire that. I do admire that, and I do say, and that is a fan that's standing by his principles. That is a fan. I've never said like I would never say don't spend anything at the club, and I try not to spend money at the club. The only thing I do is buy my ticket, and I might buy something in the club shop, a mug or something like that that I get my one. I buy a gift from Mrs. Tron and my young lad. You know, I buy them a cheap T-shirt or something. Um, but yeah, I admire people that do this. I admire fans that do this. Rarely do. So big up to you, Tequila. We've got Samuel says, damn it, use OK jersey. So many Spurs YouTubers advertise it. It's €15 a shirt instead of 80. If they come, yeah, I will do. I'll give them a look. The moment I might even come and sponsor this channel, but we don't want to sponsor this channel. No, we've already got a sponsor already, and that sponsor is, if you can give me 2 minutes, and we'll end up soon as well, because I want my dinner. I'm hungry. A hungry dermatron. It's not a knife. It's a hungry dermatron. Right. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm losing the will here. Talk for a minute.
Okay.
Talk for a minute. Let me find it. Hang on. Found it. Okay, found it. Right. This channel is, hang on. Let me shut me up. Right. Here we go. This channel is being sponsored by O'Connor Designs, who have been helping creators level up their channels. If you're looking for professional YouTube thumbnails, intro videos, studio backgrounds, or logo designs, O'Connor Designs specialize in clean custom work made specifically for the creators, not the generic templates. We do have a sample of what he's doing, and I will download it, and I will show you as a. So let me do this. Shut up, Q. Hang on, let me download that. There is it downloaded. Not generic templates. They offer fair price in both established channels and smaller creators with a quick turnaround and proper attention to detail. Why haven't you say thank you? Detail. If you want your channel to look more professional and stand out, check out O'Connor Designs. And if you mention the promo code THFC TID26, you will get 10% off your first order. Oh, and the email is in the bottom of the chat there in the description. We have got a sample of his work, which I'm now going to show you guys. It is the new intro for me and Philip Brady's political channel we do. So let us know what you think. This is this shows you what O'Connor Designs can do. So do enjoy this. It's only about 30 seconds. So do enjoy it. Let me take down that. Okay, so it's still downloading. I'll show it in a minute once it's done. But yeah, it's very good. We've got Tequila saying, not unless we are going to get relegated. Wait till the summer, Jerome. I get that. We've got Jerome lost the Bournemouth team. He did not win a single game in 11 until they met us. I mean, how can you say we're still?
I don't think anybody's behind Frank. I don't think anybody. I don't know a single person who is behind Frank. I think you've got people who are sort of hardcore. Frank needs to get lost, and you've got people more like me who are like, he's gonna go. It's just a matter of time. But honestly, it doesn't matter when, because I'm not sure any manager is getting a better tune, Jerome, out of Tell, Odebear, and Mawani. You could get a red hot poker and shove it where the sun doesn't shine, and I still don't think they would move, any faster or be any better.
It is right. This is just a quick video of what O'Connor Designs does offer. It's a sneaky plug as well for me and Philip Brady's political channel. So here we go. Let us know what you think. O'Connor Designs, they're the best out there. is O'Connor Designs. I see that I watched it. I burst out laughing. I've found some of that video funny, especially Putin running, following Putin like a choo-choo train. That was funny. But that is me and Philip Brady's political channel. Do give that. I will put the link in the chat. But that is some of the work O'Connor Designs does do. He done our intro as well and sang our intro song as well, guys. So do hit the link below. Because Carl says, damn, Trump is evading THFC, just like yes, we do have Tequila and Rain protecting the doors of THFC towers. They haven't got in yet. We will do breaking news about how Rain's getting on, stopping Trump from getting in. I think Tequila might be better at stopping him.
I'm worried that if we go for if he hears that we're going for Pochettino, he might put tariffs on Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
He may do.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if we do announce Poch as being our manager next season, that he does come out and say something. Knowing him, he probably will. Don't see the point in getting RIC to the summer when we have more options. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Disagree, Rain. There are plenty of people behind Frank, all pushing him towards the exit. I think
I should have.
Look, we do have thing. Big up to Tony as well. Big up to Tony. Was on his channel with him and James over there on the Hammers Football TV. Great. We've got to get you on there as well, Rain. A great laugh over there. And we've got Sam who said, oh no, we didn't need Trump having any say in our football club. Knowing him, we probably will. But look, we're going to leave it there because I need my dinner. Rain, what do you reckon? This time tomorrow, will Frank still be in charge? What's your gut telling you?
Yeah, because I just don't think they've got. I just think they've got nothing. There's like I said, that we're rudderless. We've been rudderless for a while, and I think they are sorting it out. But we're just drifting so much that I don't think they've got anything to do, and they've got a plan, and they've got the hardest thing when you've got a plan is to deviate from it.
Yeah.
So I can't see anything happening soon. I think Dortmund's going to be tough. Dortmund's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really, really difficult, night, and I think it's going to be really tough in the stadium. And then obviously, luckily for him, we're then not at home at the weekend. So I can see him still being here next week, unless something. But please not Glasner. Please not Glasner. We need a manager who's going to play the Tottenham football.
Yeah, we do also. Let me check. We do also. Oh, okay. Right. All right. Okay. We do also. So what we got coming up this week, Rain? Do you want to tell people what's coming up on the channel? We've got the usual match day stuff, but we do have a special show on Thursday, unless Frank's sacked.
Well, we've got plans. Yeah, we've got plans. Let's leave it. We do want to cover. We do want to cover a bit of what the board have been talking about how they're organising things. Even though it's moving at glacial pace, because it is important. I mean, we know it's important. We know that.
Yeah.
The backroom staff and supporting the playing staff, getting the right playing staff is really, really important. Although none of it matters unless you've got the players on the pitch delivering. So we do want to bring a little bit of that, a little bit of a discussion about what's happening in the back room. But let's see where the club goes in the next few days. It's
it's look, the next 72 hours is going to be crucial, I think, for the future of Tottenham Hotspur. Kate, yes, I will be there on Tuesday night on We Are Tottenham TV. I love doing the Pump Up show on there with Kate and Jim. Love them. Kate is my brother from another mother. He's like me.
Kate is Jim.
No, Jim. Jim. That's what I said, Jim, not Kate.
You said Kate.
I meant gym.
Okay, you meant
It's
gym.
it's 10:30 at night. I'm hungry.
Well, I think Kate may very well be your sister from another mother.
Yeah, maybe. I'm hangry. Is that what they say? Hangry in the Snickers advert. Have a Snickers. But yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. Look, for me, tomorrow there will be a pre-match show tomorrow night at 8, build up to the Dortmund game. Tuesday there will be the predicted lineup. That's going to be fun to do. Trying to pick a team with players we've got available and not cup tied either. Dermot, you are not when you're hungry. I'm a fair enough. Fair enough. Hammer says, "Don't worry, Dermot. Tesco doing 2 for 1." Cheers. So yeah, predicted lineup out Tuesday. Watch along. We do have watch along after the whistle. I think Rain might be popping on at halftime or after the whistle on Wednesday. I need to find out what he's doing. I forget what he's doing. I haven't written down, but I do know. And then Thursday we've got player ratings, and then we've got and then it's all build up to Burnley. But in between that, if Frank goes, then we've got the Frank Sack show, and who's next, and that should be interesting. Who we think should be the next Spurs manager. But we're going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming over. Thank you to Sava for sending all your lovely people over to the channel. Really appreciate it, bud. And yeah, we'll get you on next week, on the week after. But guys, we're going to leave it there. Rain, thank you very much. Where can people find you, bud?
Here, mate.
Yep, that's it. Here, there, and everywhere. He's the mole inside Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. He is the mole. He is. That's the conversation we need to have about the mole as well, because that mole is now starting leaking stuff out of Spurs. But
yeah, I was completely unaware of that.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
No, I think it's Tequila. Tequila's the mole. We can neither confirm or deny that, but I think Tequila is now working for a secret. He is 006.5 or 3/4. He is working under a secret mission. That's why Tequila's not here at the moment. He's looking to infiltrate ENIC and become a new. Maybe he's Vinay. Maybe he's Vinay, working from the inside. You know, on that bombshell.
We've never seen them both in the same place at the same time. So
no, we don't know. So on that bombshell, we should leave it there. Tequila, tell us who the mole is. On that bombshell. See you tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. In Chippy, the mascot we trust. Hang on. He says, I did call Ange a clown, so I am the mole. Big up to you, Tequila. In Chippy, the mascot we trust. See you tomorrow.
Eyes on the